What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Monday, January 6th, 2025, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 20:03 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from Eastern Europe and from the Middle East, and also from here in the United States. So, this evening, we have U.S. nuclear forces on very high alert for some reason. We have 3 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air right now. These are the Boeing E-6B Mercury planes, which are used to communicate with our submerged nuclear armed submarines. So 3 of them airborne this afternoon and this evening over the Midwest. And at the same time, a nuke sniffer was airborne over Offutt Air Base, which is home of U.S. Strategic Command, and it was doing loops over Offutt Air Base, and at the same time, 2 combat sentinels in the air over the Midwest as well. Now, the combat sentinels are special reconnaissance planes that can detect enemy radar systems, and they can send intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance information directly to the president and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, our top generals. So there's only 2 of these planes in the entire U.S. military, and there's 2 of them airborne this evening over the Midwest, on top of the 3 nuclear war command and control planes and a nuke sniffer. So something is going on. I don't know what that is, but this is very, very unusual. We've also had a lot of emergency action messages transmitted over the last 24 hours, which are nuclear attack options. Now, we have some very interesting news coming out of the UK today. Apparently, there was a drone sighting near RAF Mildenhall and Lakenheath. Now, if you're not aware of Mildenhall and Lakenheath, these are like some of the most secret and important bases in the UK. Mildenhall is a major NATO base, and that's where actually during the Cold War, SR-71 Blackbirds and U-2 spy planes were based, and also bombers of various types from the U.S. B-52s, B-2s, B-1s always stop over in Mildenhall. Also in Mildenhall, there used to be the B-61 nuclear gravity bombs stored there during the Cold War, and recently Biden brought back the B-61s to Mildenhall. Okay, so this is a very, very important base in the UK, and there were drones spotted flying over this base, and also Lakenheath, which is the F-35 base in England. They're all on high alert now, and apparently British fighter jets were scrambled as a result of these drones flying over Mildenhall and Lakenheath. So something is going on, and we're also hearing that as many as 6 Chinese citizens were arrested in recent days in several different incidents of using drones near Norway's city of Oslo over infrastructure sites and military sites. Okay, so lots of different drone incidents being reported in NATO countries. First in the U.S., along the East Coast, especially around New Jersey, near sensitive military sites, places like Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. There were drones flying over Wright-Patterson, if you remember, and they had to shut down the airspace and send out security forces to investigate. And then, of course, over McGuire in New Jersey and the Earl Naval Weapons Station, and also in Camp Pendleton. Now we have drones over Mildenhall and Lakenheath, and then drones over Norway. So something is going on, guys. And we have some major breaking news coming in from Israel. Israel must prepare for a direct confrontation with Turkey, according to the Nagel Committee's latest report on the Israeli defense budget and security strategy. The committee, established by the Israeli government, warns that Turkey's ambitions to restore its Ottoman-era influence could lead to heightened tensions with Israel, possibly escalating into conflict. The threat from Syria could evolve into something even more dangerous than the Iranian threat, the report states, warning that Turkish-backed forces might act as proxies fueling regional instability. The committee's assessment comes amid Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's increasingly assertive policies in the region, which some analysts view as antagonistic to Israel's interests. The report highlights the risk of Syrian factions aligning with Turkey, creating a new and potent threat to Israel's security. The Nagel Committee submitted its recommendations to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Defense Minister Israel Katz, and Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich on Monday, outlining a comprehensive strategy to address emerging threats. The committee proposes increasing the defense budget by up to 15 billion NIS annually over the next 5 years to ensure the Israeli Defense Forces are equipped to handle challenges posed by Turkey alongside other regional threats. Netanyahu addressed the report, stating, "We are witnessing fundamental changes in the Middle East. Iran has long been our greatest threat, but new forces are entering the arena, and we must be prepared for the unexpected. This report provides us with a roadmap to secure Israel's future." Okay, so now Israel is very concerned about Turkey, okay, basically becoming like another Iran, okay, funding different proxies in Syria that will cause chaos in Israel. And Erdogan says that Turkey is ready to intervene to prevent any division of Syria. Okay, we know that Israel is going to be building 24 different outposts in Lebanon along the border with Israel. Okay, so Israel is building permanent outposts, small bases in Lebanon, and they're going to be occupying parts of Syria, especially Mount Hermon, okay, in the Golan Heights area. So basically Israel is occupying a small part of Lebanon and Syria now. And according to the Israeli Defense Force, the Home Front Command conducted air raid siren tests earlier today in Sakhinin and Beit Jen. And Anthony Blinken, while visiting South Korea, said that Russia intends to share advanced satellite technology with North Korea. I'm definitely not surprised by that. And I also think Russia is going to be sharing nuclear technology and potentially giving North Korea some bombers or something, okay, and helping North Korea with their nuclear arsenal if they haven't already been helping North Korea with their nuclear arsenal. We know that Russian chemical weapons are in North Korea, and they have been since the Cold War. And North Korea confirmed that it launched what it says was a hypersonic intermediate-range ballistic missile. The missile was fitted with a hypersonic glide vehicle, and North Korea claims the projectile flew at 12 times the speed of sound. The missile and its wedge-shaped hypersonic glide vehicle appear similar to the Hwasong 16B IRBM that North Korea tested once in April of 2024. The Japanese Ministry of Defense said the missile flew 1,100 kilometers and reached an altitude of 100 kilometers. Okay, so this is very concerning, guys. North Korea now testing IRBMs with hypersonic glide vehicles, okay? That's going to be very difficult for the U.S. to intercept with the THAAD system, or unless they have Aegis systems, which we don't even know if they could intercept this, but it's going to be more and more difficult for the U.S. to intercept these types of missiles, okay? Hypersonic glide vehicles can travel really fast and maneuver, okay? And I want to just update you guys on the weather situation. So we still have some snow and ice in the DC area and the Delmarva Peninsula. I'm hearing that as much as 6 inches of snow has fallen already in the DC area, and several more inches of snow are forecasted to fall. We've had heavy icing in places like Kentucky and Kansas and Missouri. So guys, just take it easy, stay home, don't travel anywhere unless you have to. And if you do travel, make sure your vehicle has a winter survival kit. Make sure you keep warm hats, gloves, proper boots, jacket. Okay, keep those things in your vehicle. Keep some snacks. Also keep some recovery equipment in your vehicle as well. Okay, get some traction boards, keep them in your trunk, and get a tow strap in case somebody passes by. They can give you a yank if you're stuck in a little bit of snow or in a ditch. Okay, but stay home unless you have some kind of an emergency. It's just not worth the risk. And the National Weather Service in Los Angeles has issued a life-threatening, destructive, widespread windstorm warning for parts of southern Los Angeles in California starting at 4 a.m. Tuesday morning and continuing until Wednesday evening. Winds are expected to gust up to 50 miles per hour, with some areas experiencing hurricane-force winds reaching up to 100 miles per hour. Steady winds of 80 miles per hour are also projected, especially in the valleys, which will significantly increase the risk of falling trees and power outages. This dangerous weather system is expected to create extreme fire danger, with the combination of dry conditions and high winds exacerbating the risk of rapidly spreading wildfires. Residents are urged to take immediate action to secure property, avoid outdoor activities, and Trump is renewing calls for Canada to merge with the United States shortly after Trudeau resigned. So Trudeau resigned today. And he also is apparently sending his sons to Greenland for a possible purchase from Denmark. Trump also said that him and Xi Jinping have been speaking through representatives, and he believes that the two leaders will get along. And want to just share some pictures of this North Korean missile test. Okay, so this is the hypersonic glide vehicle on this missile here. Apparently, this is the Hwasong 16B. Okay, it's an intermediate range ballistic missile, so it can reach Guam or possibly even Australia. And it has a hypersonic glide vehicle as the warhead. And then here you can see the path of the missile. It landed in the Sea of Japan. And over the last week or so, I was showing you guys the Cobra Ball planes that were taking off from Okinawa and flying up into the Sea of Japan, and I told you that North Korea was going to test something, and turns out I was right. And here we have the Polish president's plane that left Paris this evening and went back to Warsaw. This is pretty interesting for the Polish president to be traveling to Paris all of a sudden. Potentially this could be related to Ukraine peace talks. That's the only thing I can think of. And then here's the post by Trump on Truth Social about Greenland. He wrote, "I am hearing that the people of Greenland are MAGA. My son, Don Jr., and various representatives will be traveling there to visit some of the most magnificent areas and sites. Greenland is an incredible place, and the people will benefit tremendously if and when it becomes part of our nation. We will protect it and cherish it from a very vicious outside world. Make Greenland great again." Wow, this is crazy, guys. Okay, so he wants to acquire Greenland and he wants to acquire Canada. This is pretty funny. And then here's his post about Canada. "Many people in Canada love being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. if Canada merged with the US, there would be no tariffs, taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be. Wow, so this is pretty interesting. And we're hearing that Biden released 11 Yemen terrorists from Guantanamo Bay just days before leaving office. Okay, so this is very, very concerning. And U.S. Central Command said that they conducted operations in Iraq and Syria to destroy ISIS. Let me read to you this post on their X account. U.S. Central Command and partner forces conducted operations in Iraq and Syria from December 30th to January 6th in support of the ongoing Defeat ISIS campaign. From December 30th to January 6th, CENTCOM and Iraqi forces conducted multiple strikes in the Hamrin Mountains of Iraq, targeting known ISIS locations. The operations served to disrupt and degrade ISIS's ability to plan, organize, and conduct attacks against civilians in the region, as well as U.S. citizens, allies, and partners throughout the region and beyond. During the operations, ISIS fighters engaged coalition forces on several occasions, resulting in the employment of coalition airstrikes using F-16s, F-15s, and A-10s. The A-10s tasked to support ground forces in the area were successful in eliminating the ISIS fighters within a cave. One coalition member was killed and 2 were wounded from 2 different nations. There were no injuries to U.S. personnel or damage to U.S. equipment. Wow. So this is pretty serious, guys. Looks like they had some kind of a massive firefight, and they had to call in A-10s and F-16s and F-15s. So that's pretty serious. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I'm going to continue to monitor our nuclear forces, which are on high alert for some reason tonight. I will be in the live stream tonight. And a new thing that I'm doing is late at night on the 24/7 live streams. If there's nothing crazy going on, I'm going to be playing some video games, various types of classic video games. Right now, I'm playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original one, not the new one. And then I'm going to be playing some Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, and a bunch of other classic games. And we'll be doing other fun stuff in the live streams late at night, like midnight or later, if nothing crazy is going on. But don't worry, I'm still going to keep all of my information in the streams. I'm still going to have the flight trackers and the radio and everything else, so you can monitor what's going on. I'm just going to have a separate screen in the corner so you can watch me play the games and we can hang out. Okay, I think it'll be a good way for us to de-stress because things have been really crazy last year, and for sure things are going to get even more crazy this year. So don't wish for SHTF to happen because it's going to happen regardless. So you have to enjoy your life as much as you can and do things to control your stress. But that's the latest that I have for now. I will be back tomorrow with more breaking news, and maybe I'll see you in the live stream later on tonight. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere. And this update was sponsored by NYPrepper Supply. Guys, NYPrepper Supply is doing a massive sale on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithNYPrepper.com. And the link is in the description below this video. They're selling their 3-month emergency food supply for just $600. So that's $100 off the normal price. And this is 3 months of food at 2,000 calories per day. Has a shelf life of up to 25 years. And all of this is packed into 6 rugged water-resistant buckets. And free shipping is included. And they're also offering a disaster replacement warranty. So if your food supply gets destroyed by a natural disaster, they'll replace it for you with no charge. And they also will provide you with free survival books and information, including a natural disaster field guide, a survival Bible digital copy. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get $100 off the MyPatriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply, and the link is in the description below this video.